Now we move on to the routine examination of semen analysis. First of all, thoroughly mix the sample before examination. The examination includes physical examination, or it is also called as macroscopic examination, chemical examination and microscopic examination. It is similar to that of the examinations which we have seen in other clinical pathological samples. Coming on to the first one, macroscopic examination, which is also called as physical examination. The first examination which we do under this is the liquefaction. Immediately after ejaculation, semen is typically a semi-solid coagulated mass. This is due to the enzyme protein kinase from the seminal vesicle. Liquefaction is initiated by enzymes of prostatic origin. Protein fragments degraded into free amino acids and ammonia. Failure to liquefy indicates inadequate prostatic secretions. Within a few minutes, the semen begins to liquefy, that is, it becomes thinner, at which time a heterogeneous mixture of lump will be seen in the fluid. Hetero means two types, that is, one is thinner liquefied semen will be there, along with that coagulated mass also will be there. As liquefaction continues, the semen becomes more homogeneous, that is, it becomes more thinner and watery like in structure. In the final stage, only a small mass of coagulum remains. Viscous semen specimen, it is homogeneous stickiness, consistency will not change with the time. The method to reduce viscosity are same as those for delayed liquefaction. Coming on to high viscosity. High viscosity is interference with determination of sperm motility. Motility means movement. Sperm movement, sperm concentration, detection of antibody coated spermatozoa and measurement of biochemical markers. These are high viscosity interference due to high viscosity. Next, absence of viscosity points to reduced cell content in case of absence of viscosity. The semen from male with bilateral congenital absence of vas deferens and seminal vesicles fails to coagulate due to the absence of the substrate. Normally, semen sample takes less than 60 minutes to liquefy. This complete sample usually liquefies within 15 minutes at room temperature. If the semen doesn't liquefy within 30 minutes, do not proceed but wait for another 30 minutes. Rarely it takes 60 minutes or more. If liquefaction does not occur in 60 minutes, record it. Failure to liquefy within 60 minutes indicates inadequate prostatic secretion. Semen samples collected at home or by condom will normally liquefy by the time they arrive in the laboratory. Normally liquefied semen samples may contain jelly-like granules which are called as gelatinous bodies which do not liquefy. There is no clinical significance for this. The presence of mucus strands indicates incomplete liquefaction. Liquefaction is recognized both macroscopically and microscopically. Immobilized spermatozoa gain the ability to move as the semen liquefies. Immobilized means there is no movement, if you do not mix it properly. If immobilized spermatozoa seen in microscopic examination, more time must be allowed for liquefaction process to be completed. During liquefaction, continuous gentle mixing or rotor, which was told in my previous slides, containing a two-dimensional shaker either kept at room temperature or in an incubator at a temperature of 37 degrees centigrade helps to produce a homogeneous sample, that is liquefied sample. Delayed liquefaction. Delayed liquefaction, additional treatment can be given like mechanical mixing or enzymatic digestion may be given. Treatment with plasmin, that is 0.35 to 0.5 units per ml, or chymotrypsin 150 units per ml, or bromelain 1 ml semen plus 10 ml of the reagent for about 30 minutes is the treatment. Addition of an equal volume of physiological mediums such as Dalbeco phosphate or buffered saline, followed by repeated pipetting it out and in, can lead to liquefaction. Inhomogeneity can be reduced by repeated gentle passage through a blunt gauge, that is usually 18 gauge syringe, which has an internal diameter of 0.84 mm, or a 19 gauge which has an internal diameter of 0.6 gauge mm, needle attached to a syringe. The procedure has to be repeated 6 to 10 times so that you get an homogeneous suspension. Absence of initial coagulation, it is seen in conditions like congenital absence of vas deferens, seminal vesicles, or obstruction of the ejaculatory duct. Incomplete liquefaction conditions, dysfunctional accessory reproductive organs like prostate, leads to decreased production of prostatic enzymes. Semen viscosity. We finished with the liquefaction. Now moving on to the second macroscopic examination, that is semen viscosity. Freshly ejaculated semen is highly viscous in nature due to substrate produced by the seminal vesicles. The coagulum liquefies spontaneously to form a translucent, that is almost transparent, viscous fluid by the action of enzyme of prostatic origin. Viscosity of the sample is estimated after liquefaction. The procedure used here is gently aspirate the sample into a wide bore 5 ml plastic disposable pipette. Allow this semen to drop by gravity, that is just by holding the sample in the pipette, allow it to fall down by itself. Observe the length of any thread formation formed. A normal sample leaves the pipette in small discrete drops. If the viscosity is abnormal, the drop will form a thread-like structure which is more than 2 centimeters long. This is the test for viscosity. Alternative method, you can introduce a glass rod into the sample and observe the length of thread formed when you withdraw the rod from the sample. This is the alternative method. Next we move on to the third point, that is appearance of ejaculate. It is assessed after liquefaction. Normally it is homogeneous, grayish, opalescent in appearance, less opaque if sperm concentration is very low, that is if the sperm is very low in nature. The color may also differ. Slightly yellowish color is seen if there is prolonged abstinences. Deep yellow color is seen in case of pyospermia. Pyospermia means presence of abnormally high amount of WBCs in the semen. It is also seen in case of jaundice or taking certain vitamins or drugs. So deep yellow color is seen in pyospermia, jaundice, or taking certain vitamins or drugs. Red brown color is seen in conditions like hemospermia. Hemospermia is red blood cells present in the semen. Trauma to the genital tract. Trauma is injury to the genital tract, inflammation, swelling, tumor of the genital tract. These are conditions for red brown color. Next, rust color. small bleedings in the seminal vesicle. Increased turbidity, it is due to inflammatory process in some part of the reproductive tract. Next, moving on to the seminal volume. Semen volume. Normal volume is 2 to 5 ml per ejaculate. If the volume decreases, then it is called as hypospermia. That is volume less than 1.5 ml per ejaculate. Conditions are blockage of vas deferens, retrograde ejaculation, etc. Now, if the semen volume is more than 5.5 ml, the condition is called as hyperspermia. It is seen in conditions like there is no pathological condition, that is, it is considered to be a harmless condition, hyperspermia. There is another term called as aspermia or anejaculation, that is complete lack of semen or there is no semen production at all with the ejaculation. Conditions, it is seen in conditions like retrograde ejaculation, ejaculatory duct obstruction, androgen deficiency, etc.